Tell us a little about yourself and how you became involved in mining and what your job involved.
Well, I'd be about the same as any fella around here in the 1960s. They left school, they went off looking for a job. You would get to go to England, if not you went down the mine. So I went down the mine when I was 14 years of age.
And what did your job involve?
Well, my job was, I worked at the coal face and I worked in coal cutting coal, and I worked in shot fire and everything. You have to serve your time in the mine the same as any other job. You start from the bank, and then you go down under, and then you go on a rope, and then you go different jobs in long till you get to the coal face. That's where we all looked for that. The big money was there.
Okay, yeah. And how many years were you there in total?
About 25 or 26 years.
25 years,
yeah.
Okay, and how did all this struggle with the compensation come up? How far does it go back to?
It goes back to, I think it goes back 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
The first meetings, I think, was with Bertie Ahern, and there was promises given then, and promises. Then literally the Leinster Coalfield joined it, and then Origin joined for to get into one group for to do it, because we have to count up every year we go up. The last time we went up there was 57 men less. So it started off about 700 miners, and now there's about 350. So literally, if it's not settled up soon, there'll be nothing left, like, you know.
And for people who might not know, like, why are they looking for compensation? What's the basis?
Well, the conditions that the men worked under.
What were they like?
In the 60s, 70s, and it finished up in the 70s. They were unreal. It's been very hard to describe the conditions underground. When there was coal cutting going on, shot firing going on, and men, you literally couldn't see 1 yard in front of you. Their just conditions was unreal.
And how many hours a day would you be subjected to?
8 hours. There was 3 shifts on the mine, and there was cutting, and then they'd fire the shots, and the shot smoke was unreal. But that was done, that's the norm in every mine. There's no different in any of the mines around the Leinster Coalfield. But our crib is that the government, when given a licence to the company, they put a mining inspector to come and check the mines to make sure the conditions wasn't bad. Okay. But the man certainly didn't do his duty.
Now, what are the effects as a result of that?
And the effects is as men as pneumoconio horses, they can't breathe, and their lungs is what we call black lung.
Black lung?
They're suffering from black lung. They couldn't walk 10 yards.
Really?
Yeah. Unreal. They can't sleep in the night. There's a terrace up here from me, and anyone can prove this. There was 14 men living in that terrace, and 12 of them worked in the mine, and there was 12 widows in it for nearly 30 years after. I seen so many men died with most of their hair black. But the inspector of mines came to the mine to check it, but he never came down. And if he did come down for Monday morning, we seen him coming down between 8 and 9, and before anyone would start work. Because the men, when you go down in the mine, you might have to walk 3 miles underground before you get to the face. There'd be no dust, there'd be no nothing. You would just look around and walk back up again. The state had handed out a licence to this company to make sure that everything, that there was air in the mines, but the inspector of mines didn't do that. Now,
and when did you begin discussions with the government?
About 04 they started discussions with the government, looking for compensation, because they got it in England, they got compensation, they got it in France, Germany, they got it in every other country, but they got nothing in Ireland.
And how is it now? Have you made any progress?
Well, at the moment we're after going up, we had to go up, 4 of us had to go up and speak to the Oireachtas Committee, and now we've sat down with Eamon O'Quia, Minister, and we've gone very good at him.
Good.
He's a man that sat down and talked honest straight out to us. He didn't fog his words. He told us out straight what the case was, and we all know what the case is in the country today, but there's no doubt he is prepared to give compensation.
So you've secured compensation?
We have secured compensation for a lot of miners, and there will be back money paid to them. I, for one, now I'm only talking for myself now, I would be satisfied with the deal we have got now.
Good.
Instead of, without going any further.
And when can you expect that compensation to
come through? There's already letters being sent out to it's gone in 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is to the miners that's bad, that need help at the moment. Now, I'm not saying that the money is going to do any good for them, but at least it'll give them some bit of security.
There must be a huge sense of relief and a sense of achievement.
It was, yeah, and I spoke to young girls down here that at that time that said that they couldn't believe that their father was still had black hair and he was going to happen. 42, 43 years of age. A trouble him died in between 40 and 50. And then now down on terrace there was 12 miners in it, and for I said definitely 30 years after the wives lived, some of them still alive, and their husbands was all dead at 41 and 42. There was nothing else.
Okay.
There was nothing else, like, you know, that was the... And we were glad to have it.
I know.
Now, in all fairness to the government, if the mine inspector had to stop that mine, we'd have been onto the TD for to get open again.
At least you've succeeded now in the...
We have. I feel we have anyway. I think that what we have now, or go take it further to the High Court now, that, and I don't think it would be any good, because at the climate there is in the country today, there's not many people going up and getting anything from the government.
So you're relatively happy with what...
I am relatively happy with what will be coming.